What was better, your 2023 or your 2024?
My 2024 was not that great, so I will say 2023, even though I barely remember it.
I would say my 2023 was better than my 2024. My 2024 was a disaster.
I had 5 months of it just washed away because I tore my calf from the bone, so...
Do you feel like your life goes in patterns? Like, will you have an unusually bad stretch and then a good stretch? Or do you feel like something consistently comes up like every once in a while? Does that make sense what I'm asking?
Sure. No, I don't think I have, like, consistent stretches. I think life is everywhere all the time. Yeah. I mean, I would actually say that I didn't have a good 22. Didn't really have a good 23. I didn't have a good 24. Pretty much every year since the first year of the pandemic, every year since then's been kind of just not very good.
I can't really remember a year that I would look back and say that was a good year for me. I mean, there's been good moments in the year, but I can't really think of a time that I would say that whole year was pretty solid.
Like half of 2024 was pretty good. I can't even do that, I don't think.
I was going to say 2018 was a good year for me. But then I thought about it, and it's like, oh no, it probably wasn't. God, I might have to go back to like high school.
Isn't this supposed to be like an uplifting episode with Christmas and everything?
I think it's reality.
Yeah, and if you're a parent, you have to find a way to make it the best for other people and put yourself aside, which is kind of difficult sometimes.
Yeah, man. Well, my grandpa always used to say, smoke 'em if you got 'em, and don't skin a fish by the teeth.
I don't know how the skinning the fish mix.
I'm trying to take your thing of just saying something that my grandpa supposedly said and have it make no sense. What flavor did you get? Is that Starburst?
My kids got it. I don't even like it, but yes, it is. It is
what
Starburst.
Do you mean? Because I love one of them. Oh yeah, I like that one a lot. I love it.
It's okay. I don't know. It says 0 sugar, which means it's loaded with things that probably are terrible for me.
Give me all the chemicals. I want all the chemicals. The more chemicals it has, the better at this point. That's what my grandpa actually used to say. If everything's okay, it means you're dead.
You do love diet soda, which...
I do.
It's not... Never really understood that about you, because you are not a diet soda drinker to me. You know what I mean?
I don't look like one? What do I look like? What kind of liquid do I look like I drink?
Powerade and protein shakes.
Oh, so you think I'm ripped?
I mean, I have gotten some texts from you while you're at the gym, so.
I don't know. Do I look like a tea drinker? Do I look like a coffee or a tea drinker?
Tea. You have too good a skin to be a coffee drinker.
Yeah. Like I look more like a tea drinker. You look like a guy who drinks mug root beer.
That's not true.
I don't really like an insult, really. It's not an insult. It's just like that's a guy who likes root beer.
I have been told several times that I look like I'm the kind of guy that you can have a pint with, which isn't a compliment, but also is a compliment. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like if somebody said they have a pint with you rather than having a beer with you, that's somehow slightly classier.
Well, there's more, obviously, too, so it probably means I can drink a little.
Oh, okay. All right.
Which, do you have a go-to? I know we're kind of jumping out of the way here. Do you have a go-to Christmas liquor or drink?
I want to have one. I want to have a drink that I get. I want to have like a drink that defines me, but I can't find it. So I just drink like, well, hey, give me your well whiskey neat. Maybe a rusty nail. Like I've been trying out a rusty nail, but I don't think it suits me. Like I need a drink that I order. I don't have one. Do you have one?
You should try an old fashioned.
Why don't I feel like no, I don't think it's going to happen for me. I don't think I can pull off an old fashioned because I don't want to pay for it. Like the idea of like, wait a minute, I can get something that's kind of good. I'm not going to pay extra for something that's a little bit better. That's why I'm just too cheap to do anything but well whiskey.
I came to the realization that like I don't like any Christmas themed drinks. I don't like mint. You know, I don't like sweet drinks really. Like I just don't, eggnog, any of that kind of stuff. Just not my forte.
I like the first 3 to 4 sips of hot chocolate, but after that, I'm like, no, I don't want this anymore. It's not any good.
Hot chocolate's one of those. So I like cold coffee. I don't like hot coffee.
That's weird.
But like hot chocolate is one of those things.
Wait a minute. Do you mean like iced coffee, or do you mean like, no, I just want hot coffee and wait for it to get cold? Also, can you get your heartburn in check? Like, god dang, dude. You gotta go to a doctor.
Listen, we just had the flu last week, and it's effing with us, man. It's causing me to go all kinds of whack. But I did lose 10 pounds the cheap way, so I'll take it.
Oh, okay. I don't know what that means. What's the cheap way? Not eating because you're too sick?
Just didn't eat for like 5 days.
That's the best way to do it.
Just shit my brains out.
Just looking, nothing, right? I remember how much weight I lost when I got food poisoning. I was looking good the next day or next couple of days. It's like, man.
All that convulsing you did was giving you an ab workout, man.
Right. Like I accomplished 2 things. I got the stomach workout and I lost weight. God, we sound like old ladies.
We do.
You want to talk about your hair? What hair product are you using now?
I actually need a haircut. I was supposed to get a haircut, and I was on my way to get a haircut, and I got sick. And that's when I realized I had the flu a week and a half ago.
What do you mean? You got sick on the way? What do you mean you got sick? Like you realized you got sick or you threw up?
Like I had to pull over to the side of the road because I just got really dizzy. And I was like, this isn't normal. So.
God, you're not a healthy man.
It was the flu, man. It wasn't.
Right, but I'm just saying that if this was Vegas odds and somebody was like, hey, what do you want to put on the chances that John makes it to 50? I'm betting the under. I'm not betting the over. Like, you got to do something.
Oh, yeah. I'm working on it. The 2025 is going to be the year of me.
How many times have you said that?
Once.
Every year?
I was actually doing okay in 2024. And then I tore my calf, so I just got to get back into it.
Okay, you brought up your torn calf twice in the episode, which automatically means it's time to move on.
All right, let's give some shout-outs here. All right, Calvin Sonia, Natalia Haribert, Art Delaney. When I was looking at this, I like a good art, and I actually know a few arts, so that's
I've only known a couple of arts, but all of them have been solid dudes. I've been okay with all the arts that I've known in my life.
Barbara Margareta, Diamantis Casilla. I don't think that's a real first name, but that's pretty cool if it is.
I don't mind it. Would you rather be named Art or Diamantis?
Ooh.
Would you rather have a name that you get slightly made fun of or a name that's slightly unique? Like, would you rather have somebody make fun of you for your name or have a unique name that people are always like, what's that?
Oof.
Like, would you rather be named Dick or Apple?
I mean, just because I'm a 12-year-old little boy, I mean Dick. But, having a peculiar name probably is more interesting than having kind of a funny name, I think.
Yeah, that's a better way to put it. Would you rather have a peculiar name or a funny name?
Probably a peculiar name, I think.
How do you say it?
Peculiar?
Peculiar?
Shut up.
Run all them syllables together.
Isla Mitchell, Connor Lissa, Boone Oswald, Lanford Felicia, and Annika Phoebe. Congratulations. And Merry Christmas to all of you out there.
Happy holidays as well. Are you a Merry Christmas or a Happy Holidays guy?
I probably should go Happy Holidays, because I have made the mistake of saying Merry Christmas to people who are Jewish, even as recently as of 12 hours ago, and the person stopped me and was like, I don't celebrate, I'm Jewish. So I should probably just say Happy Holidays.
I don't go politically correct because I necessarily feel the need to be politically correct. I go politically correct because of I just don't want to deal with anything else. Like, to me, it's just easier to be like, okay, you want to go with the pronouns, you want to do that, I don't care. It's just easier. I just sort for the easier path and don't get that frustrated about it.
Like, we're not smart enough to know the difference in this, but, like, what's the difference in Merry Christmas and Happy Christmas? It's the same thing, right? Just different cultures.
I don't understand why. Like, I don't understand why somebody would be upset about Merry Christmas versus Happy Holidays. Like, what's the big deal? Like, I just don't. To me, so much of that stuff is just a waste of time. Like, whatever you want to be called this, whatever. I don't care. I just don't care enough.
I have decided that I think Christmas is the fastest holiday of them all, and it's kind of sad because it's probably the best holiday of them all. But it comes so fast, and it's over, and then you go into winter for 3 months.
Okay, if you think that Christmas is the fastest holiday, which I would agree with, Christmas to me is the fastest holiday. What do you think is the slowest holiday? Like, there's the biggest lead up to it, and it seems to take the longest.
Man, that's a great question. I mean, probably one of the summer holidays, like Memorial Day, or maybe Labor Day. Maybe Labor Day, because you're planning that all summer.
I would actually say Halloween, to me, is the slowest holiday. Like, it seems to take the longest to get there.
Yeah, I could see that too. It doesn't really make any sense to me that you have Halloween, and less than a month later you have Thanksgiving, and less than a month later you have Christmas, and then you have nothing until, Memorial Day, the kickoff to summer, or whatever you want to say that is.
You got St. Patrick's Day, Cinco de Mayo. But they're not top tier. They're not A tier, S tier. They're probably like B or C tier holidays.
I mean, you have Sweetest Day, Valentine's Day, right? Like,
wait, was Sweetest Day different than Valentine's Day?
I think so.
Okay, well, let's not do. Yeah, to me, Halloween is the longest. Like, you're waiting on that forever.
Yeah, it's actually
but
just
not
kind of
as a
sad.
kid. Not as a kid. Christmas took a really long time as a kid. You were waiting forever.
I also have decided this. This is the episode of Christmas Revelations for John Shull. Is that I hate gift giving. I do not like gift giving.
Oh, I'd rather give a gift than receive it. I hate getting a gift in front of people.
I just don't really want to do any of it, to be honest with you. I feel like people just want gift cards, and you could satisfy people with just a gift card instead of trying to just get them a gift.
Oh, I'd much rather have, but would you rather have a gift or would you rather have money? Oh, take a big swip.
I know, right? It's not even an advertisement. I'd rather have the money because then I can spend it on whatever. I can put it in a savings if I really wanted to. But I also think we're to the age to where, like, if I want something, I go get it. I buy it.
Yeah, you just buy it at this point. For me, anything that I want is usually something that I need. Like, the best gifts to me are the ones that, like, I wouldn't have bought that for myself.
Right. Yeah, that's fair.
Like a penis pump.
Double action or single handle?
Can you get double action? I had a friend who had a Nerf gun that I was 100% sure it was a penis pump. But he said it was a Nerf gun. Oh, don't try to lean to the side to show off your album colors, fancy pants. Did you measure the difference?
I did, yes.
You measured the difference? You measured the distance between your album covers back there?
Yeah, so they were symmetrical.
Did you consider doing a good job? Because to me, I can already look at them and see that they're not symmetrical. Like, the one is higher than the other, and they're not evenly spaced apart.
Hey, look at. No, you can't tell anything.
Okay, are two of them just sitting on top of a desk? You didn't hang them?
No, they're hanging. They're just a little below the record player back there.
Oh my god! I bet you. Of course, you got a record player. You're such a snob.
I like records. It's unfortunately become kind of an addictive. I have an addictive personality.
Yeah, I know.
It's a very expensive hobby.
Okay, I'd like to talk about your records, but I don't want to. So let's just move on.
That's fair. All right. Christmas. Is it the most loneliest? Can it be the most lonely holiday of them all if you're lonely? Like if you're single and have no one to share with. Is this the one day where you truly feel alone?
Yeah, I've done Thanksgiving alone. I think I've done a Christmas alone. Maybe I've done a Christmas alone when I was younger. Does it count if you're working on Christmas? Because you and I both had jobs. You still, me not so much. But like, if you're working on Christmas, does it count as being alone? If you go to work and then go home, does that still count as being alone?
No, I don't think so. I think no. To me, alone is like you go to work and then you come home to nothing, or you just wake up and you don't have anyone at all to share anything with.
Oh, I've done that. I've been in that position. Like, I've gone to work and then come home to an empty apartment with like no girlfriend, no family. They were somewhere else. I've done that. I got a Subway sandwich, if I remember correctly.
My first year in Orlando, I did that, and somebody at the station, actually, her name shall remain, not out there for public consumption, threw me a Christmas, and it was a very nice gesture. So,
did you have sex?
Anyways,
did you have sex with her afterwards?
Anyways, all right.
Did little Johnny get some action?
Oh boy,
bonerific. Did you show her your candy cane?
That's. Are you done? Are you done?
Little elf. Santa bring out little elf.
All right. Well, apparently this might be the last year of daylight savings time, according to the president-elect. So, I'm curious to know: do you care? Does it matter to you? Does daylight savings time matter at all?
I do care a little bit. Now, I think I have a unique perspective in this, in that I lived in Arizona, which was a state that did not adhere or observe, or whatever word you're supposed to use, daylight savings time, and I would say that amounted to absolutely nothing.
Okay.
But where I live in Seattle, I'm a little bit, I feel like I do, I don't know if I want that, because right now it gets dark really early. Really early. And if the clocks didn't move back, it would be dark here at probably 3:45. It would be dark here at 3:30.
Man. And if it's a cloudy day, it's dreary all day, right? It's nothing.
Yeah. No, wait. I may have that reversed. I can't do the math of that in my head, but it would be either it wouldn't get light until 9:30, or it would be dark early. Because I can figure this out. No, I can't. But right now, the sun, it's not light until 8, and it's dark at 4:30. So if you didn't take that back, it wouldn't be light until 9. It wouldn't be light until 9 o'clock. That would be a little crazy.
Yeah, sure would be. It's winter is such kind of a depressing season if you really think about it. It's cold. There's no light. It's what we were built for.
Right. I don't know how I don't understand how our ancient ancestors ever moved into cold environments. How did we ever move into Finland? Or where we should go? Iceland. Let's go there. Let's settle Alaska. I don't understand how we ever survived that. If it's under 30 degrees, I'm freezing my ass off.
I'm okay with it, but that's because I'm built for the North.
God! Yeah, okay. You're gonna say that you Neanderthal John is gonna be out there surviving -40 in Minnesota. You're gonna be you know what? We should stop and live here.
That is cutting it kind of close. I don't know about.
I don't know how we ever stayed in those areas. Why would we?
Yeah, I don't know. Why? Right? What's besides the food? The food's probably pretty good.
Yeah, I don't understand how somebody in ancient civilization was all right, let's this is good. Let's be here. Dude, what about the winter?
Let's see. Oh, the last thing I have here is I don't know if you saw this video out of Orlando, but it's drone related. And apparently at a holiday drone spectacle in Orlando, some of the drones went haywire and caused them to go into the crowd. One smacking a 7-year-old boy, causing him to have pretty serious surgery. And anyways, this just kind of goes with, there's video of it too, which is pretty insane. But all this drone stuff, man, I don't know. It's kind of scary.
We may have gone a little too far with the drones, right? Like, either we don't quite have a handle on the technology, like we're putting stuff out there that maybe isn't ready for prime time, or we don't have our best and brightest operating the drones. Like, we need to cut back somewhere, either in the personnel or the technology. Like, something's got to be done. Also, why does everything funny come out of Florida? Like, as soon as somebody says, I saw this thing out of Florida, you immediately think it's going to be ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, Florida man is real for a reason. That's all I'll say.
Okay. All right. Are you ready for our top 5? You got anything else?
No, man. Let's move. I'm curious. I mean, curious to see what's on your list here.
There's a lot. Our top 5 is top 5 Christmas characters. Just overall Christmas characters. Who's your number 5?
So my number 5, I'm going to start with probably the least popular of my list, but that's the Grinch.
Oh, I think Grinch should be. I understand having Grinch there, but I think that Grinch should really be higher up on the list. I'm basing my thing about, like, if I say their name, you know who they are, and who do most people know who they are, and I think that a lot of people know the Grinch.
I agree. I think there's 5 solid ones that, by name recognition alone, are that's why they're on the list.
My number 5 is Clark Griswold. I think Clark Griswold, especially amongst a certain demographic, our demographic, everybody knows who Clark Griswold is.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, and you not only know him, but you know Cousin Eddie too,
And you identify with Clark Griswold because as you get older as a man, you start to become more and more like Clark Griswold. It resonates. That's why I would put Clark Griswold on my list at number 5. Because he resonates with people more than any other Christmas character. Like, okay, I don't resonate with, like, Santa doesn't mean anything to me. I have nothing in common with Santa. But I have things in common with Clark Griswold.
Except when you truly think about it, that movie is a little far-reaching. But, I mean, what did he have, like 2 weeks to prepare Christmas?
Yeah, now you got like an hour.
Yeah, now you have
no time off. Go to work. Okay, what's your number 4?
My number 4 is Mrs. Claus.
Oh, I don't even have Mrs. Claus on the list. Mrs. Claus, to me, isn't ranking in the top 10. Might not even be. No. She's in the top 20, but she's not in the top 10 to me.
I mean, it's the ultimate tag team. You got to put them on here. You got to put her on somewhere.
Oh, I disagree. I don't think Mrs. Claus. I forget about Mrs. Claus. About Mrs. Claus.
Without Mrs. Claus, there is no Mr. Claus. So
I mean, you're right. I agree that she's an important piece, but I just don't think that, like, she's in the top 10 of Christmas characters. My number 4 is making a big run. And I think it's controversial, but I think that they're making a big run up the charts. Krampus.
Ooh.
I know. I agree.
Yeah, that's a tough sell, man. That's a tough sell.
I put Krampus over Mrs. Claus. I think a lot of people identify with Krampus. There's movies about it now. There's no movies about Mrs. Claus. Maybe there is. I don't know.
She's in all kinds of movies.
It's not about her.
It's not about her, but once again, without her, there is no him.
I agree. I'm just saying I think Mrs. Claus Krampus is making a run at it.
All right, my number 3 is Ebenezer Scrooge.
Okay. I have that a little bit higher on the list, but I can see that. 3 to me seems pretty appropriate because, like, if you talk about the joy of the season, everybody does know Santa and everybody does know either the Grinch or Scrooge.
Yeah, for sure.
My number 3 is Rudolph. I think Rudolph has fallen off a little bit. I would have put Rudolph at number 2 maybe 5-10 years ago, but I think Rudolph has fallen off.
He's my number 2, is Rudolph.
Yeah, I think he's fallen off. And I think as Rudolph has fallen off, I think the Grinch has made a big run. So I actually have Grinch and Scrooge both at number 2.
Okay. I mean, that's fair. To combine them, that's That's fair. I don't know if I mean, I didn't do that, but that's, okay. All right.
I think they're a little bit. I would put Grinch above Scrooge, but I think they're a little bit synonymous with each other.
So our number one obviously is the same.
Frosty.
No, Santa Claus.
Yeah, dude. Of course it's Santa. That was
Has
like
to be
there's
Santa.
there's nothing that even compares. Santa blows everybody else out of the water.
Yeah, not even. I mean, it's truly incredible what the world has made this thing. It's incredible if you really think about it.
Do you think if you were to go with the top 5 most recognizable names, is Santa number 1? Is Santa the most universally recognized entity? Even above, dare I say, like Jesus. Do you think more people worldwide know Santa than they do Jesus?
No. I think it's a good question, but no, I think Jesus ultimately, because Jesus affects every religion, or like their involvement at some point in every religion.
Yeah, not
whether
every,
he's a
but
part
enough.
of it or not. Yeah, whether he's a part of it or not. Santa, I mean, that's tough. I'm going to say no, but it's a good question. It's a good, thoughtful question.
Yeah, I think that's ultimately the question. Is Santa more famous than Jesus? I think you could make an argument that he is.
I mean, you can make an argument. I don't think it's going to hold though. But
I'm not saying influential. I'm just saying that more people around the world know the name of Santa than they do of Jesus. Because like somebody who's a Buddhist or Hindu or Confucius or other parts of I think you can make a little bit of an argument.
All right, what's on your honorable mention?
Frosty is on my honorable mention. I would put Frosty in the top 10. That's pretty much all the other. There's so many more. Does Mariah Carey count as a Christmas character?
I mean, not really. She's an actual person.
Yeah. Who's in your honorable mention?
Let's see. So I put down Buddy the Elf.
Okay, I can understand that. He's the most famous elf.
John McClane. Die Hard. Kevin from Home Alone, but I really just wrote down Home Alone because like people don't know Kevin's name. They just know Home Alone.
Yeah. Okay. I would agree with Kevin. That's way up there.
Frosty, and then I also put, and I don't think they're that well known, but I'm a fan, and that's Cousin Eddie from National Lampoon's Christmas
Cousin
Vacation.
Eddie is not. Cousin Eddie is not. I don't think in the top 20.
Probably not. No, he isn't.
That's all I got.
Well, I hope you have a great Christmas, everybody out there.